Alright guys, as said in the last video, first step to battling this ridiculous macroalgae. I'm not talking about the caulerpa, I'm talking about that turf algae on the rock. Let's try the fish method. So I've got a scribbled rabbitfish here. Nice little specimen, a little bit on the skinny side, so he should be pretty ravenous. Let's get him in. Gonna acclimate him in here, drip acclimation, then we'll pop him in the new tank. New holding tank, I should say. So I've just started the drip acclimation process, as you can see. There's the, I do know the risk with rabbitfish as well. I'm really hoping it doesn't munch on my corals. I don't know, these acans are looking pretty juicy. But yeah, I'm trying to go the fish route because I don't like this macroalgae, so I'm hoping it can clean it up. Alrighty, so it's been almost 2 weeks since I added this fella. Goes by a different name depending on where you get this particular rabbitfish. I think it can be called the decorated or the two spot or the mast rabbitfish. But basically, since I've added it, you guys will see all the turf algae is literally gone. I really can't see any strands left. And basically the interesting thing was the turf algae was basically fighting the bubble algae and basically took over. But now you can just see the remnants of the bubble algae that was underneath the turf algae. So it remains to be seen if Kenny, which is the name of this little fella or girl, will take out the bubble algae. I have a feeling it won't, which is unfortunate, but we'll see. Hopefully it does, and that'll be awesome. So it came as a really skinny fish, and you can already see it's put on some size. It was really skinny, and you can see it's got a bit of a bump now in its tummy. Beautiful coloration when it likes to show it the colors. You can see it's showing its dorsal fins at me. Yeah, and obviously you'll see front and center, I've finally acquired a Space Invader Pictinia. Now, probably running the lights a bit bright at the moment, so you won't see the yellow too much. And the guy that I bought it from, he hadn't seen his tank for about a month because he had to go overseas. So it's looking a little bit sad, but I got a really good deal on it, so I had to pick it up. It was a bit of a mission to actually get the coral. It was about an hour and a half drive away from me, but yeah, happy to finally have a Space Invader Pictinia. And the guy also had a little frag rack that he was getting rid of, so I picked that up on the cheap, which is fun. And yeah, some of the other corals looking nice and fluffy. Put them in for you, and some of the other ones as well. So yeah, tank's ticking along. We'll probably get a water change shortly, but they seem to be doing all right. It's a 3-foot tank, 3 foot long by 45 centimeters wide. So yeah, it's decent enough size for them for the interim. I feel like the blue tang Cecilia has already put on a bit of size already since moving, so it's good to see.
Guys, so just when I thought I was set on my next Reef tank, Red Sea has gone and unveiled their new Reefer lineup, introducing the G3. Now, I know everyone's thoughts on Red Sea is a bit, it's probably less than 50-50 at the moment, and I'll have to say I probably share that sentiment as well. But there is some pretty cool changes in this new tank that I've seen, and I do urge you guys to go and check it out and obviously make a decision for yourself. But I guess the standout thing that they've added, and I'll show you guys here, is a Euro brace. So like the new Cade S3 series, the G3 has a Euro brace along the sides and the front. It's got a dual outlet nozzle, and I think one of the other changes was this Y-shaped return line, which they're claiming makes the whole system run more efficiently, power-wise. And I think the other change is there is an aluminium support frame that runs along the bottom of the front pane of glass that will obviously support that floating glass. So I think while it does still, the glass still appears to be floating, it is now supposedly supported. And I read that on a comment on one of their new videos from Red Sea itself, but they're not really advertising that particular part. So yeah, a little bit interesting in that regard. It might not be on all models, not too sure. Definitely check it out yourselves. But yeah, look, the other tank I'm considering is a Cade. No secret, I think I've obviously explained that in other videos. But yeah, it's an interesting tank to throw into the mix because, you know, I've had a Red Sea before, and I've also had a Cade. I definitely do prefer the sump setup on the Red Sea. I think it looks cleaner. I think it utilized the space a little bit better in the sump over the Cade, but I think there's some new additions to the Cade S3 that I still think just about edges it for me. Besides, obviously, it being a sort of a local Australian brand that I'd, you know, love to support. So, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see how these go. Let me know what you guys think. If you made it this far, what do you reckon about the new Red Sea Reefer G3? I think there's a full lineup. So there's the Peninsula, the Reefer series, and a couple of other ones. Interesting.
All right, guys, so I'll probably wrap up the video here. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks now since I moved the inhabitants of my reef to the new holding tank. Still in the search for a new one. Hopefully it's coming around the corner. But yeah, on to the rabbitfish. If you guys are looking for a fish that will take out your turf algae, look no further than the scribbled rabbitfish. Absolutely brilliant. Honestly, ate it in probably a couple days. Absolute lawnmower. So just make sure to supplement their diet with algae-based food, spirulina, because once you are out of algae, they probably will look to your corals. So it's something I'm obviously keeping an eye on, but I did buy some algae-based foods to sort of combat that. Still no update on the bubble algae. It hasn't touched it. I can see the bubble algae is starting to slowly grow back now that it's exposed to the light. So my eyes are still on a magnificent fox face, but I will probably wait until I get the new tank before adding one, because yeah, it is only an 80 centimeter tank, so I don't want to fill it up too quick. I'm running a pretty basic setup. It's just a canister on it. So yeah, all in all, it's still ticking along. But yeah, definitely shows that many different fish will play its part in, you know, looking after your reef tank. And you know, with certain algae, if left unchecked without the correct inhabitants, they really can just explode. So definitely still learning a lot of things about this hobby, and yeah, it's just a never-ending sort of thing and journey. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, thanks again. Make sure you subscribe and like the video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.